TV shows come and go all the time, but Trailer Park Boys definitely isn't easy to forget. Ever since its premiere in 2001, this series has taken up a special place in our minds and has managed to stay there for years, thanks to the trailer park's residents' entertaining antics, misadventures, and sometimes illegal stunts. With 12 seasons aired and several movies premiered, the show amassed a huge audience, which remained loyal to the series, regardless of its on-off airings over the span of 2 decades. Although Trailer Park Boys has kept a notably stable cast for such a long-running series, Ray LaFleur's absence still comes as a surprise for that part of the audience which hasn't been up to date with the show in recent years. So, what happened to his character? And is Ray's actor Barry Dunn okay? This and more we will tell in this vid. Trailer Park Boys ran for the first time from 2001 to 2008 and resumed its intermittent airing several years later. However, if you happen to watch it back during its first airing and are only getting back on track with it now, you might be confused, not to say amazed, that Ray LaFleur is nowhere to be seen in the most recent seasons. The reason Ray is no longer in it was actually revealed back in 2014, when his character was given closure in the Trailer Park Boys franchise's third movie, Don't Legalize It. As initially believed, Ray had died when his cabin in the dump exploded, leading his fellow park residents to organize a funeral for him. However, as the movie's premise progresses, it's revealed that Ray set up his fake death to scam his insurance company. Despite the dark nature of his actions, these were fitting to Ray's long-term habit of committing fraud, presented as a recurring topic in the original series. His stepson Ricky ends up accepting Ray's actions, and the audience gets to see glimpses of his seemingly happy life in Florida, which was a bittersweet but deserved conclusion to such a memorable character. It's normal that many people think that Trailer Park Boys have been cancelled several times due to seemingly unstable airing over the years, but this isn't exactly true. As it happens, the show aired for 7 seasons on its original network, Showcase, and though its popularity hadn't reached the US back then, in Canada, it had record-breaking audience ratings. Nonetheless, as Trailer Park Boys' success increased, still, events on set took a downturn. As Ricky's actor Rob Wells explained during an interview with Sharp magazine, the fact that it got too big at a certain point proved to be an obstacle for filming in the show. In his words, there were too many people, too many crew on set, slowing down shooting time to almost double allocated at its beginning. That's when Showcase said goodbye to Trailer Park Boys, but allowed a second movie to be produced in an effort to give the story a conclusive ending. As Trailer Park Boys wasn't officially cancelled then, the desire to bring it back was still alive. That's why Rob Wells, Mike Smith, and John Paul Tremblay ended up buying the story's rights and resumed its productions in 2014 in an agreement with Netflix until 2018, when the show definitely ended after its 12th season. Regardless that Ray LaFleur was a secondary character in the show, many people still remember him dearly for antics, personality, and entertaining rivalry with Jim LaHaye. Although Ray left the show years ago, it's only to be expected that a large number of Trailer Park Boys audience still doesn't lose hope of seeing him on screen again. However, that possibility seems unlikely as of now, due to several factors. First of all, in 2018, the show aired its last season, and while an animated spin-off series was released afterwards, there hasn't been an indication that the plot will reinstate Ray as well. In the movie Don't Legalize It, Ricky's reflexive words about Ray's well-being after a scamming stunt seem to put an ending note to his story, narratively telling us that his ongoing presence in the series wasn't necessary, regardless of how hopeless that might be. Although his character didn't appear in the Trailer Park Boys 1999's prequel movie, Ray LaFleur took part in the story, starting from the show's first season. Introduced as Ricky's stepfather and one of the oldest characters in the show, he wasn't the best example of a good parenting figure, but this is exactly what his character was meant to be. Though his bearish but relaxed personality and seemingly petty rivalry against Jim LaHaye always gave a negative impression about his character, his care for Ricky, even regardless of not being his biological father, displayed a valuable contrast to his faults. However, as is usual for almost every Trailer Park Boys character, Ray's misdemeanors and actions were more than questionable, especially considering his likeness for fraudulent activities, alcoholic tendencies, and his contentious religious views. While his story's conclusion was unexpected, the truth is that prior to it, Ray had been through so many difficult times, including losing his home in a fire, being abandoned by his ex-wife, and experiencing financial hardships, that to see him enjoying an apparently peaceful life away from Sunnyvale seemed like a good ending for him. Despite being one of the most recognizable physical traits, the reason Ray was in a wheelchair for most of the series might not be clear for many. Back in Trailer Park Boys' first season, Ray was already seemingly physically impaired, though the cause of it wasn't explained until later seasons, when it was revealed that an accident he had prior to the show's beginning had left him so seriously injured that he suffered from muscle spasms. However, perhaps unsurprisingly, that was actually part of a hoax. While he indeed had several car accidents because of driving when drunk, his injury was a scam to receive government compensation meant for disabled workers, something the audience already knew, as he was seen walking freely around his trailer from time to time. Ray's ruse is finally unveiled in the 5th season, after Jim Leahy hands evidence of his fraud to the police. After being imprisoned, he's evicted from Sunnyvale as well, though he eventually returns to the trailer park in the following season, not having to fake being disabled anymore. It's a known fact that Ray LaFleur wasn't Ricky's biological father. However, contrary to what's assumed, Jim Leahy isn't Ricky's father either. As it happens, Ricky's mother is Tammy, Ray's ex-wife who cheated on him, while Trailer Park Boys never explains the details about their failed marriage and divorce. It's acknowledged that Tammy left not long after Ricky was born, regardless of her abandoning. Ray apparently never stopped loving her and takes care of Ricky, in spite of their non-existent blood relationship. The assumption that Jim was Ricky's real father comes from Jim's own words, as in an earlier season he explained that Tammy had abandoned her family after conceiving Ricky in an extramarital affair with him. However, this was later denied, and Tammy's reason for leaving and who Ricky's real father is were never clarified. Despite the uncertainty regarding their past, it's known Ray's and Jim's rivalry comes from the days when both of them were romantically interested in Tammy, who, needless to say, didn't appear in the show once. Unbeknownst to many, Barry Dunn's involvement with Trailer Park Boys goes well beyond just portrayal of Ray LaFleur. As it happens, Barry is the series' co-creator and played a big part in its rise to success. It all goes back to 1999, when the first Trailer Park Boys movie was released. Though at the time it didn't even have a budget, it attracted the attention of Barry Dunn, who saw its potential in it becoming a TV series. From then on, Dunn, along with the project's creator, Mike Clattenburg, created a 13-episode-long series based on the original movie's concept. Late that year, and with a clearer idea in their minds, Dunn and Clattenburg pitched the projects to various Canadian TV networks, all of which turned it down, not wanting to give up yet, and knowing that Showcase was looking to produce new and daring original series at the time. They pitched them the idea, and in turn, the network petitioned for them to reformulate the concept with the help of more knowledgeable and experienced TV producer Michael Volpe, even if the project took its time to come to fruition and remained very low budgeted for a long time. Trailer Park Boys finally saw the light in 2001. Even so, it's not exactly clear what led Barry Dunn to take the role of Ray LaFleur while still being part of the show's production. However, he already had some previous acting experience under his belt. His first official credit as an actor dates back to 1990, when he appeared as Mark in No Apologies. Afterwards, he was in movies such as Margaret's Museum and One Broken Heart into Song, before being cast in TV series Black Harbor in 1997. Besides appearing in Trailer Park Boys, Barry appeared in the franchise's second and third movies, which he also co-produced. During his time with the series, he also partially or entirely produced other projects, such as the movies Say Goodnight to the Bad Boys and Afghan Luke. Following his exit from Trailer Park Boys, Barry Dunn hasn't been seen again on any TV screen, but it's known that he founded the production company Picto Twist Pictures, which has been in charge of bringing to life a variety of films in recent years, including The Cuban Five and Dovas Horozu. It's also worth mentioning that Barry wrote several episodes of Trailer Park Boys, in addition to being the main scriptwriter of the short-running series Russia Canada 72. Even if Ray LaFleur's exit left a big empty spot, there are other notable Trailer Park Boys characters whose disappearances from the series have been very noticeable to the audience. For longtime fans, the names Corey and Trevor surely sound familiar, played by Corey Bowles and Mike Jackson respectively. While they weren't part of the main cast, their misfortunes, codependent relationship, and ease of getting into difficulties made them memorable. In the series, Corey and Trevor were never far from each other, and it seems that their partnership even surpassed what was seen on camera, as both actors ended up leaving at the same time due to the job's apparently unfair low salaries. As stated by Jackson, being paid so little wasn't a big issue during the first 2 seasons, but as the show's popularity increased, their payment remained the same, in addition to not having ideal working conditions on set. Later in 2016, the show also said goodbye to the longtime character Lucy, portrayed by Lucy DeCouture, as affirmed on her Twitter account. Her exit was connected to her refusal to continue working with the former co-star Mike Smith, who at the time had been accused of abuse, though it seems that the original Trailer Park Boys series already saw its end in 2018. There are many reasons to be happy. First of all, in 2019, the show's self-entitled animated series premiered on Netflix. This serves as a spin-off from the original, and although only 2 seasons of it have aired so far, these could be considered a continuation of the original show. As well, in 2021, another live-action series entitled Trailer Park Boys Jail premiered on swearnet.com. However, this series serves as a standalone and is in no way connected to the animated one. It features Ricky, Bubbles, and Julian as they are imprisoned far away from Sunnyvale. So, does this mean there's a chance of the original Trailer Park Boys ever coming back? While nothing is for certain, as long as the franchise and its actors are actively creating content, fans shouldn't lose hope. For now, what the franchise has given us should be enough to binge watch it without much of a second thought. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.